think it's important to also forgive yourself for having made a mistake, and to just realize that in life people make mistakes.
Yeah, and it's something that everyone has to go through.
Everybody looks like they're performing well, you see.
Mm.
Nobody wants to show that they're weak or they made a mistake. So this is really, really important to help someone to recover. But of course, if you're a person who keeps making mistakes,
Ah, that's a whole different story
I
already.
think you'll find that your colleagues are the support for you getting lesser and lesser.
Hello and welcome back to our Ask Work It segment. If you have a question that you are struggling with at work and you don't know who to turn to, why not leave a comment wherever you're listening from, and maybe the two of us can help you out. Today's question was sent in by our listener, Joshua. Now, Gerald Joshua
Mhm.
has made a mistake at work which affected his team.
Okay.
And this mistake has set the team back, but they were able to recover from it.
Okay.
The problem is now Joshua is worried that his manager doesn't trust him anymore and his confidence is shaken.
So it almost sounds like he's not able to recover.
A little bit more
from this-
Joshua not being able to recover than the team or his manager being able to recover. It seems like he has more of confidence issues.
Yeah.
And he's wondering, is there a way that he can bounce back after making this mistake?
Yeah. I mean, when I just listen to this, it doesn't seem like there's a problem anymore. The mistake, and maybe I'm coming from a place where mistakes are very common.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot avoid mistakes. You just have to take them as they come along. Of course, you have to be careful and you have to do your due diligence, but you kind of need to know that when mistakes happen, sometimes due to you or due to the circumstances, you just need to manage it, mitigate it as quickly as possible.
Right.
Yeah.
And what would you say is the first step that you would take if you were in Joshua's position?
I think for making restitution, saying
Mhm.
sorry, and quickly working with the team to resolve the issue, right?
Right.
Rather than cover up. I'm seeing people who cover up mistakes,
Mhm.
and I tell you that's the worst thing you can ever do,
Right.
right? I won't go into specifics, but there were times where the team found out that the mistake was made like 6 months ago,
Oh,
and
6 months is a long
yes,
time.
and we literally had skeletons in the closet
Oh
to
my
kind of
gosh.
manage, right? So when making a mistake, don't cover up
Mhm.
as best as possible. Speak to somebody, maybe your supervisor or somebody on the team that you trust, right? Like,
Yeah.
oh, what do I do? How do I go and
Mm.
apologize or rectify this as soon as possible?
Right.
Yeah.
So that's something that I like to do when I make a
Mm-mm.
mistake, right? Whenever I make a mistake, I immediately address it, not just because I need someone's help to fix it, but because maybe for myself, I need to air it out. I need to let go of the tension in my shoulders, that I make a mistake and I am at fault for something.
Mm.
And also sometimes maybe somebody who I'm speaking to can give me a solution that I might not have thought of in addressing whatever problem still lies in the wake, right?
Yeah.
So that's something that I found is helpful for me.
Yeah.
But obviously, there are going to be some people who are a bit shy to own up to things, right?
Yeah.
Is there a way that Joshua can help people go past this?
Yeah, I think after you kind of made the first step to try to mitigate the issue, and then maybe let the team know how it's being how the situation is being managed,
Mm-hmm.
uh, owning up to the mistake, I think it's a really good step forward already. Then later on, I guess don't dwell too much on that mistake already. Start to move forward by contributing more to the team. Making sure that you perform and you're more careful the next time. So some of these things will take you to move forward, right?
Mm.
But sometimes we do see people. I met people before that they can't because what happens then, and could be Joshua's situation, is that there's a disappointment in themselves.
Right.
They don't trust themselves anymore. The team,
Mm.
the team and the boss is like everything's okay, but they themselves can't get over the mistake that they made.
Right.
So sometimes I guess it's the expectations. Think it's important to also forgive yourself for having made a mistake, and to just realize that in life people make mistakes.
Yeah, and it's something that everyone has to go through. Actually, speaking of this, it seems like Joshua is quite inexperienced, right?
Mm.
But for, let's say, his colleagues who might be a little bit more experienced and they are listening to this now and realizing, oh no, Joshua is in trouble and it's of his own making. Is there anything that they can do to help Joshua get past this himself or? Is it
Yeah.
really his own journey and he's got to take on it?
I think secretly everybody, when they see someone else making a mistake, they'll just go like, "Wow, thankfully it's not me." I think that's the most common reaction. But
Mhm.
when you see a colleague making a mistake, maybe start to find out like how can you help,
Mhm.
encourage them, maybe provide a solution like what you mentioned, right? Provide solution and share your own experiences with them on how things could be better, how to rectify those situations, especially if you have been in those situations before.
Mm.
I think that support is important. I don't know, like for you, if today you make a mistake,
Yeah.
how would you want your colleagues to support you?
Well, it depends on the mistake, right? Because some mistakes are easy to rectify. Some mistakes have the solution laid out for them already, like the protocols in place. And so for those mistakes, you just kind of need someone who is able to commiserate with you. You know, you just tell them, "Wow, bro, I really I didn't realize this, that," and they can be like, "Ah, I've done that myself. You know,
Mm.
it's really not a big deal and all that."
Mm.
But there are some mistakes in which you want someone to come with solution first, right? You have no idea how to fix this. Nobody has ever done this mistake before. So in some ways, you know, innovation, but you need someone to come in and say, okay, I think we can try this.
Mm.
I think we can try that. Put emotions aside for a minute. So there's a little bit of identifying who the right person is to go to with your mistake so that you can faster fix the problems that are still there.
Yeah, yeah. I
Mm,
agree. I agree that commensuration is important because it
mm,
helps you to feel like you're not the only one who made a mistake.
yeah.
All right. Because on in the work front, everybody looks like they're performing well, you see.
Mm.
Nobody wants to show that they're weak or they made a mistake. So this is really, really important to help someone to recover. But of course, if you're a person who keeps making mistakes,
Ah, that's a whole different story
I
already.
think you'll find that your colleagues are the support for you getting lesser and lesser.
Yeah, definitely. So, for Joshua, I guess, speak to your colleagues, right? Speak to your colleagues, speak to your manager. It seems like this is a you thing, you know, we could be wrong,
Yeah.
but definitely try to forgive yourself before asking
Mm.
for forgiveness.
Process the situation, ask yourself, what went wrong and what would you have done differently? What would you do differently the next time around? I
Mm-hmm.
think those are conversations, internal conversations you can have with yourself, with a mentor,
Yes,
with a important other partner in your life, important people in your life, your family. I think talking about this helps you to realize that mistakes are just part and parcel of life and learning. Yeah.
exactly. So I feel like that's a good note to end on. So if you listening, like Joshua, have a work-related dilemma, why not write to us? We are at cnaPodcast@mediacorp.com.sg.
I'm Gerald.
And I'm Nat. Don't let your mistakes at work define you. How you respond to them matters so much more.